Have you ever noticed that many people over 80 start struggling with their balance? It usually doesn't happen because of one big fall or a sudden accident. Instead, it builds up slowly, tiny mistakes that seem harmless at first, but over time, they make walking across a room feel harder than it should. Balance is more than just staying upright. It's about holding on to independence, confidence, and the freedom to move without fear. When balance slips away, it often means giving up favorite activities, avoiding social gatherings, or depending on others for help you never imagined needing. But here's the truth: losing balance is not simply part of aging. Many people in their 80s still walk strong and steady because they know which habits protect their balance. Sadly, most people don't realize that small, everyday mistakes quietly make things worse. These mistakes are so common that almost everyone makes at least one without thinking. In this video, we'll look at 5 of the most damaging mistakes that cause older adults to lose balance after 80. Each of them can be prevented, and with the right changes, you can stay steady and confident for years to come. Stay with me until the end, because the last mistake is one that surprises almost everyone. Mistake number 1: ignoring inner ear problems. One of the most overlooked reasons balance declines is changes in the inner ear. This tiny part of your body doesn't just help you hear, it houses the vestibular system, which sends signals to your brain about movement and position. When that system isn't working well, your brain struggles to know exactly where you are in space. The result can be dizziness, unsteadiness, or the strange feeling that the floor is shifting beneath you. These problems can come from age-related changes, ear infections, fluid buildup, or a condition called benign positional vertigo, often known as BPPV. The tricky part is that symptoms usually creep in slowly. At first, it might just be a little disorientation when getting out of bed, or a quick spell of lightheadedness when turning your head. But over time, these small episodes pile up, chipping away at your confidence and making you more cautious with movement. When the vestibular system isn't sending clear signals, even flat ground can feel unsteady. You may start walking more slowly, avoiding uneven paths, or holding on to walls and furniture for extra support. Unfortunately, moving less only weakens your balance further. That's why catching and treating inner ear issues early makes such a difference. I once knew an 84-year-old man named Frank who loved his daily walks. But after months of feeling dizzy whenever he looked over his shoulder, he stopped going out. His doctor eventually sent him to a specialist, who diagnosed a vestibular disorder. With a series of gentle head and neck exercises, Frank's dizziness improved dramatically. Before long, he was back to walking through his neighborhood with the same ease he'd enjoyed for years. The good news is, many inner ear issues can actually be treated or managed once they're identified. If you've been noticing frequent dizziness, trouble focusing your eyes when moving, or the feeling of drifting to one side while walking, don't brush it off. Sometimes, a simple hearing and balance check is all it takes to bring back both your steadiness and your confidence. Mistake number 2: declining vision. Your eyes do much more than help you read a book or recognize faces. They are constantly working to keep you balanced. With every single step, your brain relies on visual cues to judge distance, depth, and obstacles ahead. But after the age of 80, changes in vision can quietly make those signals less reliable. Conditions like cataracts, glaucoma, macular degeneration, or even normal age-related blurriness can all make it harder to see uneven ground, small objects on the floor, or changes in surface levels. When your vision isn't sharp, it becomes easier to misjudge the edge of a curb, miss a loose rug, or overstep when reaching for a chair. These small slips can quickly turn into stumbles, even in the most familiar spaces. And it doesn't stop there. When your eyes aren't giving clear information, your brain has to work harder to coordinate with your muscles and inner ear. That tiny split-second delay can be all it takes to cause a fall. Poor lighting makes it worse. Dim hallways, shadowy staircases, or glare from bright sunlight can hide hazards and distort depth, making movement riskier than it should be. Often, people unconsciously adjust by walking slower, avoiding certain areas, or relying on support. But moving less leads to weaker muscles, which only reduces balance further. I remember meeting an 82-year-old woman named Eleanor, who felt unsteady during her evening walks. She assumed it was simply old age catching up. But after visiting her eye doctor, she discovered she had early-stage cataracts. With treatment and new glasses designed for better depth perception, her confidence returned. She was back to walking comfortably, even in low light. The encouraging news is that vision-related balance problems are often preventable or manageable. Regular eye exams, the right eyewear, brighter lighting at home, and small adjustments like painting stair edges in a contrasting color can all make a huge difference. Clearer vision doesn't just sharpen what you see, it helps your entire body move with strength, safety, and confidence. If you're still here watching and finding these tips useful, drop a comment with the number 2 below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend hitting that subscribe button and turning on the bell icon, so you never miss our upcoming videos. Your support helps us continue sharing valuable advice to keep you informed and inspired. Mistake number 3, weak or inactive leg muscles. Your legs are the foundation of your entire body. They are involved in every step you take, every time you stand up from a chair, and every shift of your weight to keep you steady. But as the years go by, many people stop using these muscles the way they once did. More sitting, less walking, fewer activities, and slowly, the legs lose strength and coordination. Mistake number 3, weak or inactive leg muscles. Your legs are the foundation that carry you through life. Every step you take, every time you stand from a chair, or shift your weight to steady yourself, your legs are doing the heavy lifting. But as we age, many of us begin to avoid stairs, hills, or uneven ground. Slowly, the muscles that once kept us strong start to shrink and lose power. When the big muscles in your legs, like your quadriceps in the front, your hamstrings in the back, and your calves, become weak, it's like trying to balance on a shaky base. Your body wobbles more easily, your reaction time slows, and if you trip or misstep, your legs might not be strong enough to catch you in time. But it's not just about brute strength. Strong leg muscles also keep your joints stable, your stride even, and your body quick to adjust to changes in the ground beneath you. When muscles grow weak, stiffness in the hips and knees often follows. This leads to shorter, shuffling steps that may feel safer, but in reality, make you more likely to lose balance, because your feet don't have enough time to react. You might notice it's harder to rise from low chairs, climb stairs without using your hands, or stand for long periods without your legs tiring. All of these are signals that your muscles aren't being challenged enough. I once spoke with Robert, a 70-year-old who stopped his daily walks during a long, cold winter. By spring, he found himself stumbling more often, even on flat ground. His doctor explained that his leg muscles had weakened from months of inactivity. The good news? With simple exercises, Robert turned things around. He began standing from a chair without using his arms, practicing balance by holding one leg up at the counter, and taking short daily walks. Within weeks, his steadiness improved noticeably. The truth is, you don't need heavy gym equipment or long workouts to rebuild leg strength. Gentle, consistent movement is enough. Even small habits, like taking the longer route to the kitchen, standing during TV commercials, or doing heel raises while brushing your teeth, can make a real difference. Keeping your legs strong means protecting your independence, your mobility, and your confidence with every step you take. Mistake number 4, poor posture and body alignment. How you carry your body has a direct effect on your balance. Over the years, many older adults develop posture habits that quietly pull the body out of alignment. Shoulders roll forward, the head tilts down, and the spine curves more than it should. These shifts may seem small, but they change your center of gravity. Instead of being balanced over your feet, your weight leans forward or to one side, making it harder to recover if you stumble. When posture changes, your muscles change too. The ones in your back, hips, and core weaken because they're no longer being used to hold you upright. Meanwhile, other muscles take on extra strain, leading to stiffness and pain. That discomfort often makes people move less, and as you've probably guessed, moving less only worsens the cycle. A hunched position also limits your view of what's ahead, meaning you might not see uneven ground, steps, or small obstacles in time. I remember speaking with Helen, an 82-year-old who. Mistake number 4, poor posture and body alignment. Your posture has a powerful influence on your balance. Over time, many older adults develop small habits, like leaning forward, rounding the shoulders, or letting the spine curve, that slowly pull the body out of alignment. These shifts might seem minor, but they move your center of gravity off balance. Instead of standing tall with your weight evenly over your feet, you're leaning forward or to one side, which makes it much easier to tip and much harder to recover if you stumble. I remember Helen, an 82-year-old who loved spending hours in her garden. But she started tripping more often as she walked through her yard. A physical therapist noticed her posture had shifted, she was leaning forward slightly without realizing it. That small tilt meant her weight was already off-center, so even the tiniest misstep could throw her balance off. With gentle stretching, some core strengthening exercises, and reminders to stand tall, Helen regained her steadiness and was back moving around her garden with confidence. The challenge with posture is that these changes happen gradually. You often don't notice your head shifting forward or your shoulders rounding until it begins affecting how you move. That's why it's important to check your alignment regularly. A simple test is to stand against a wall with the back of your head, shoulders, and hips touching. If it feels awkward, it's a sign your posture may have shifted. The good news is posture can be improved at almost any age. Gentle chest stretches, back strengthening exercises, and small daily habits, like lifting your chin when you walk, can help bring your body back into proper alignment. When your body is balanced from head to toe, every step feels steadier, and you're better prepared for the unexpected. If you're still here watching and learning, drop a comment with the number 4 below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I encourage you to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon so you never miss upcoming videos. Your support helps us continue creating valuable content to keep you informed and inspired. Mistake number 5, unsafe footwear choices. What you wear on your feet every day can make the difference between steady steps and a dangerous fall. Many older adults continue wearing shoes that worked well years ago, without realizing that both their feet and their balance have changed. Shoes that are too loose, have slippery soles, or lack proper support can turn a simple walk into a real risk. Even small heels or narrow toe boxes can shift your foot into an unnatural position, throwing off stability without you realizing it. The problem is, we often choose shoes based on comfort in the moment, not long-term safety. Soft, worn-out slippers may feel cozy, but if they have no grip, they can slide out from under you on smooth floors. Fashion shoes may look nice for special occasions, but their slick bottoms or pointed toes make each step less secure. And many seniors keep wearing old favorites that are years past their prime, ignoring signs like flattened soles or stretched fabric. I once met Robert, a 78-year-old who took pride in his daily walks. One winter, he had 2 close calls where he nearly slipped on wet pavement. He assumed it was the weather, until his daughter noticed the tread on his shoes was completely worn down. After switching to footwear with firm, non-slip soles and proper arch support, he felt safer and even noticed less fatigue in his legs after walking. Another hidden danger is wearing the wrong size. Our feet actually change shape with age, and shoes that once fit perfectly may no longer support us the way they should. Mistake number 5, unsafe footwear choices. What you wear on your feet each day has a powerful impact on your balance. Unfortunately, many older adults continue using shoes that worked fine years ago, without realizing their feet and stability have changed over time. Shoes that are too loose, have slippery soles, or lack proper support can quietly increase the risk of stumbling. Even small heels or narrow toe boxes can force your feet into awkward positions, throwing off your balance without you realizing it. Often, we choose shoes for comfort in the moment, but overlook how they affect long-term safety. Take slippers, for example. They may feel soft and cozy, but if they have no grip, they can slide out from under you on smooth floors. Fashion shoes, while stylish, often come with slick bottoms or pointed toes that make every step less secure. And then there are old favorites, shoes that are years past their prime, with worn-out soles or stretched fabric, that we hold onto even when they're no longer safe. I once met Robert, a 78-year-old who loved his daily walks. One winter, he had 2 near falls on wet pavement. At first, he blamed the weather, but when his daughter checked his shoes, the tread was almost completely worn away. After switching to a pair with firm, non-slip soles and proper arch support, he immediately felt steadier, and even noticed his legs didn't tire as quickly. Another hidden issue is wearing the wrong shoe size. As we age, our feet can flatten or swell, which means the size you wore at 50 may not fit at 80. Shoes that are too tight can cut off circulation and cause pain, while shoes that are too loose let your feet slide around inside, raising your risk of slips. The fix is simple but often overlooked: get your feet measured regularly and choose shoes designed for stability. Good footwear should have a low, wide heel, a sole with solid grip, and just enough cushioning to absorb shock without feeling unstable. Avoid overly soft soles that fold too easily, as they can make your footing unpredictable. For indoors, skip thin socks or floppy slippers and instead use supportive house shoes with sturdy bottoms. Taking a closer look at your footwear is one of the easiest, most practical steps you can take to protect your balance. Every safe step starts from the ground up, and the right shoes provide the solid foundation you need to move with confidence. Final thoughts. Losing balance after 80 doesn't happen overnight, and it's not something you're powerless against. More often, it's the result of small, everyday habits that quietly add up over time. The good news is, once you're aware of these mistakes, you can make changes that keep you steady, confident, and independent for years to come. Balance is about more than just preventing falls. It's about keeping the freedom to walk where you want, do the activities you love, and move through life without fear. Every step you take toward stronger muscles, better posture, safer footwear, and healthier movement habits is an investment in your future quality of life. I've seen many people in their late 70s and 80s improve their stability simply by making small, consistent adjustments. And with that steadiness comes a renewed sense of security, and even joy, in daily living. The important thing to remember is this: it's never too late to start. You might begin by practicing standing on one foot while holding onto a counter for support, or by removing tripping hazards around your home. Maybe you decide to replace worn-out shoes, brighten your hallways, or schedule a checkup with your doctor. Each small step matters. Every action not only protects your physical health, but also strengthens your confidence in yourself. You've worked hard your whole life to enjoy these years. Don't let simple, avoidable mistakes take away the independence you've earned. Choose to stand tall, move carefully, and make balance a priority worth protecting. The years ahead can still be active, joyful, and full of freedom, if you take charge of your stability today. Thank you for joining us. We'd love to hear from you. Share in the comments one thing you learned today, and how you plan to apply it in your own life. Your thoughts inspire and motivate us, and we truly appreciate hearing from you. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with others. Your support helps us continue creating valuable content to inform and inspire. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.